Initiating login sequence. Welcome to Alyx's world.
Alright. As I move my microphone closer to me, so I sound alright. Welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is my review of WWE Hell in 2021. Yeah, this was everything I thought it would be. A very skippable, get it out the way show. Nothing special about this whatsoever. It's actually kind of sad when you think about it. Really, like, there were a lot of good matches on this show. Who am I kidding? It's like half good, half bad. I would like to think a lot were good. I would like to think the effort was more important than the quality. It wasn't. The booking, the structure, everything else about this show outside of the performers was just bad. There was a lot of decisions made that just made me scratch my head and go, y'all wonder why people are losing interest. And I have to ask the question one more time. The key word today, going forward into SummerSlam, value. Value. What value did we get out of Hell in a Cell? It's not a very hard question to ask. It's not a very hard question to answer. Zero. You could literally skip this pay-per-view. Literally. No championships changed hands. Nobody really got over, per se. The only person that shined was Bianca Belair. I thought she had a great match with Bayley. We'll talk about that in just a second. Outside of that, the things that you expected to be good were good. The things that you expected to suck, sucked. The outcomes that you expected to happen, pretty much happened. I keep asking this question. Why do people expect things to change when fans get back? This isn't going to be any different. This is going to be exactly what we see in front of the fans. I would love to think the quality will improve when Becky Lynch, John Cena, and even Brock Lesnar, we're going to talk about him in just a second too, when they all come back, things are going to get better. Sure, maybe they will, maybe they won't, but maybe they will. But they're not going to stay. Lesnar's not staying, Cena's not staying. Becky will stay, I'm praying to God. Edge, who knows? The problem is this. The current roster as it is has no value. As great as Bobby Lashley, Roman Reigns, and all these other talents are, you can nitpick who stands out amongst the ranks. But in terms of the roster as a whole, this is easily the weakest roster WWE has ever had when it should not be. The irony of this entire ordeal with WWE is that you have one of the most talented rosters ever in your history, and it is the weakest in terms of value. The weakest. You're constantly having to bring back legends. You are constantly having to placate to the Attitude Era, to those old fans, the old school fans. Never building to anything, never building to the future, never creating new stars. And so you get shows like this where you watch it and then you question, why did you watch it? I watched it because I have a YouTube channel. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, I would have felt like I wasted my time. But that's just my thoughts. How did you feel about this show? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was good? Or did you feel like it was a waste of your time? So let me know down below in the comments, and of course in the live chat. as always, thank you for watching me. Thank you for choosing me amongst hundreds of reviewers here on YouTube. I would like to, first off, plug my lovely live chat here, who was present for when I hit 30,000 subscribers. So we're gonna do that first before we do the rest of the stuff, because I just feel like I would not have hit 30,000 subscribers if it wasn't for these lovely group of people. That includes the moderators. Thank you to the mods, UltraShao97, Firestar Heart, and Elias Demi. And can't forget about Godzilla Hawk. Thank you to all of my graphic artists, the guy that made the cover, Jay Knox, and of course the the cover on this screen right now was made by Jay Knox. I want to make that clear. The thumbnail was made by M Studios. Thank you to both of them for helping to make this one of the best premier wrestling review channels on the market. Good early crowd so far, 100 people. It's not usually that much this early. But thank you to the following. Thank you to SlasherCon, Debit Adams, Arredondo, Joe Arredondo, TrueFire901, Armando Cesar. Is it Cesar or Cesar? I think it's Cesar, like Cesaro. Alexander Correll, Diego Rivera, Night Thrax, Christopher Madrigal, Christopher Madrigal. I don't know why I said it that way. Madrigal, WWE Movie Maker, Danny Lieberman. I see a couple of super chats. I'm gonna play them in just a second. Taryn Jones, Thomas Muller, Malik Murray, Steve Callan, Janelle Jackson, Tavon Williams, Ashley Greer Crowder. You've heard these names before. Adam Ritter, Sam 3, oh yeah, Mr. Krabs, Emarilla 408, KCMOD. Many people here in this live chat. Thank you all for making me a part of your day. So let's play these super chats and we'll plug some stuff and then we'll get right to the review.
I almost go to sleep tonight for Hell in a Cell because I was bored during Hell in a Cell PPV. I give D tonight Hell in a Cell. I enjoy one match is Bianca Belair against Bayley.
Yeah, it was a pretty boring show. So D seems appropriate. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys gave it a straight F. I'm not gonna go that far with it. It was definitely not eventful. How about that?
I live in NV and planned on going to SS, but HIAC hit a new low. I hate to be negative, but as a fan for 13 years I'm embarrassed. This was a way to convince me to save my money and stay home. Easy F.
I would still encourage you to go to SummerSlam. I can guarantee you SummerSlam will at least be good, because they're going to throw a lot behind that show because it's in front of 60,000, 70,000 fans. That's just my thought.
Vince is just making NBC, Universal Investments mad.
Are they mad? Or do they just not care? They just want the content from the past. Because again, the value is in the Attitude Era. They got that. They're good. There is no value in this current era. Sadly. But let's pay some bills. If this is the first time you're watching me, join the family. Like the video, subscribe, help me climb to 50,000 subscribers. That's the next goal. Screw 40. I want 50,000 subscribers. Help me climb to 50,000 subscribers. And of course, be sure you leave a comment. Be sure you hit that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. And please join the membership. There are perks when joining the membership. You don't even have to pay that much. If you just want to donate $1, go for it. That works with me. However, there are some things you will get if you donate just a little bit more. You know, I think $10 gets you live reactions during my pay-per-view watch-alongs, so you'll get that. But also, nothing too special, but if you donate $25, you get to request a video for me to react to review a topic that you want me to talk about. So if that's something you want to do, hop on it. Also help expand the brand by doing the following things. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at JustAlexCentral. Also give me a follow on Instagram. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, and as you've seen, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries and just to say hi. Get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. We got the old school Deluxe Man t-shirt, new school Alex's World t-shirt. We also got the blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie, America t-shirt made by It's J Knox and Firestar Hearts. Let's get a quick word from our sponsor and then we'll get started. Today's video is sponsored by Amazon Music Unlimited, featuring 70 million songs and thousands of expert playlists. With Amazon Music Unlimited, you can listen to any song, anytime, anywhere, on all your devices. Smartphone, tablet, PC, Fire TV, and even Amazon Echo. Today, if you sign up using the link getamazonmusic.com, just Alex, you'll get a 90-day free trial that you can cancel at any time. Following that, you'll be paying a small $7.99 that includes no ads and no interruptions. Take advantage of this opportunity today using getamazonmusic.com, just Alex, in the description below. So let's get this thing started with some wrestling news. I wouldn't call it breaking news because it would be the least surprising breaking news that you've heard. Brock Lesnar and WWE are in talks to bring him in for SummerSlam. This was confirmed by Fightful.com. Sean Ross Sapp, to me, is the GOAT when it comes to wrestling news. So when he says it, more than likely, it's true. More than likely. He has been wrong before. But he is someone that when he is wrong, he comes out and says he's wrong. I don't even think we needed him to say this. We all knew the moment they got Allegiant Stadium, the moment they were able to secure that location, and they had to fill 60,000, 70,000 seats when you consider the fact that we're going to have to put seats on the floor. There was no way they were going to do that if they didn't, or they weren't confident they were going to get Brock Lesnar. He was coming in. It even says here in the report, WWE had plans, always had plans to bring him back after the pandemic. Sounds good to me. That's cool that they kept him off long enough to maintain his value, to keep him strong, and really to save up whatever years he has left. Lesnar's getting up there. He's not a spring chicken no more. After a while, he won't be able to do this. So you have to use him rarely. But yeah, all hands on deck for SummerSlam. I'm happy they're bringing in Lesnar. However, no reports are official on what match he will have. We can speculate he's going to fight Bobby Lashley. I think that's the freshest match they can do with him. And one of the last blockbuster matches WWE has in their pocket. So you would think common sense would tell you Lesnar, Lashley to main event, right? Right. I have a feeling it's not going to go the way you think it is. I would love, trust me, I would love to give WWE the benefit of the doubt and say, yeah, absolutely, they're going to do Lesnar and Lashley. I don't know, man. I'm scared that they see more value in Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. I don't hate that match, especially with the new dynamic. Lesnar is the face and Roman is the heel, and then you got Paul Heyman having to decide who he wants to side with. That's interesting. For SummerSlam, I'm sorry, I don't know if that's a match you need to do. Especially when you have John Cena going in. What, you're going to do John Cena versus Bobby Lashley? Which again is not a bad match, but look at it this way. You get Lesnar and Cena, and then you get to put them against either Lashley or Roman. I'm sorry, I don't know how you don't do Cena and Roman, Lashley and Lesnar. How you don't do those matches. Down the line, if you want to, you can revisit Lesnar and Roman. Maybe you want to do that at Royal Rumble. Sure. And you can even revisit Lashley and Cena. They have had a feud before, long ass time ago, but they've had a feud before. But the matches you have to do, in my opinion, you have to do to make this event work, to guarantee you will sell out that stadium, you have to do Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Anything else will just be, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You really are. But who knows? I feel like more than likely, although we just don't know with WWE, yeah, we'll get Lesnar and Lashley. I think that's the match to do. I think that's the smartest thing to do. I think from a business perspective, it's the best thing you can do to sell out that stadium. It's not an arena. If it was an arena, I think they would have probably done Lesnar and Roman. But nah, man, like, it's a stadium. Lashley and Lesnar is the match to do. That is the marquee match. But listen, this is WWE. Don't sit there and just act like, oh yeah, it's common sense. There is no common sense with Vince. Vince will do whatever he wants to do, whether people like it or not, or whether it makes sense or not. We're getting Lesnar. That's at least a step in the right direction. So give me your thoughts about that in the live chat. Give me your thoughts about that in the comments. Do you think we're going to get Lesnar and Lashley? Do you want to see Lesnar and Lashley? Do you want to see Lesnar and Roman? Y'all have a good old discussion about that down below. I see a super chat or super chats just sitting there. So let me play them quickly and then we'll get to the review for Hell in a Cell. And thank you for subscribers. More subscribers, please. The more we get, the better. Push me to 50,000 subscribers. Let's go. Let's go.
So McIntyre can't get another chance at the title cause of a roll-up? In Hell in a Cell? Instant 2 out of 10. First super chat with text, by the way, laughing face.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that match. The booking of that match just really irritated me. It really did. It just didn't make any kind of sense whatsoever. And it continues to show me where WWE is in terms of a entertainment company.
Do you think Raw will be good show at FTX Arena in Miami, Florida? Because I will go to Raw and I seat Sec 112 row 26 seat 18. I spend $65 for one ticket.
Well, you already bought it, so you might as well go, buddy. You might as well go. So I'm noticing that there's over 200 people in this thing, but I only have 85 likes. Get them likes up. There's over 200 people. I only got 85 likes. Come on, y'all. Get them likes up. Run them up. Thank you for being here, by the way. So, let's move on to this show. Quite frankly, this might be one of the shortest pay-per-view reviews I do because nothing new happened. Literally nothing happened. There was no value in this show whatsoever. Waste of time. Complete and utter waste of time. So let's just get to it. I did not see the pre-show match. Everyone's saying that Natalya and Mandy Rose had a good match. Did they? Did they really? Or was it better than you expected? That's the thing about us fans nowadays. We expect shit. So anytime we get something that's fine or actually coherent and passable, we say it's good. Stop that. I'm not saying Natalya and Mandy Rose didn't have a decent quality match, but to say it was good, okay, let's calm down there. Bianca Belair versus Bayley. In my preview, I kind of gave this match a hard time because out of all the feuds on this show, Cesaro, Rollins, and then KO and Sammy, they gave the Hell in a Cell to these two. With that said, I will happily eat crow. I will sit here in front of you and tell you they made it work. I thought Bianca and Bayley had a great Hell in a Cell match. Love the psychology of Bayley using Bianca's hair against her, tying it to the chair, tying it to the ropes. They redid the kendo stick spot that was botched in her match against Sasha last year. And it looked devastating. And I have to think it would have looked even more devastating if they did it with Sasha. Jesus Christ. Just a lot of crazy bumps. They killed each other. But Bianca shined. And look, I'm not saying Bayley didn't shine. Bayley is always awesome. I'm not gonna take anything away from Bayley, but she gave a performance that I knew she would give. I am used to Bayley performing at this level. I've seen it. Bianca, it was her turn to step up. Not only did she step up, she exceeded expectations. She was great. Like, Bianca is on a completely different level above the rest. And it's no wonder they're struggling to get quality opponents for her. No one else compares, except for Sasha Banks. So you already know that's going to be the match they do at SummerSlam. It has to be. It has to be. There is no one else that meets the standard that is Bianca Belair. But yeah, great match. Really enjoyed it. I'm happy that I was able to eat this crow. I really was. Not saying that Cesaro, Rollins, or KO and Sammy could not have had a better Hell in a Cell match. I'm just saying, for a match I didn't think deserved Hell in a Cell, they did a great job. So, crow eating. Next up, let's talk about you know what, let's save that for later. We're gonna get to that match in just a second. Let's get some of the least offensive matches out of the way. Another match I liked was Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. Nathaniel Rollins. I just gotta accept the fact that these two cannot have a bad match. They cannot have a bad match no matter where it is, how long it goes, what the stipulation is. They are always going to tear it up. Was it as good as their WrestleMania match? I prefer their WrestleMania match more because there's a crowd, but this was great. They beat the piss out of each other. It was awesome. It was just an awesome match to watch. They just work well with each other. Cesaro's strength is impeccable. Love Rollins selling Cesaro like a pro. One thing I will say, as much as I give Rollins a lot of shit for his run as a babyface, when he needs to, he can make anybody look good. And he is making Cesaro look so goddamn great. As you could have imagined, Cesaro won the match at WrestleMania, so you know, alright, I guess Rollins has to get his win back. Why? Because it's 50-50 booking here in WWE. And that's exactly what happened. Nathaniel Rollins ends up pinning Cesaro 1, 2, 3 due to a roll-up. He stole a victory. It wasn't one of those, it was a decisive win. No, he snuck up a schoolboy pin on Cesaro and stole the win. Very chicken shit hill of him. Very chicken shit hill of him. So, we're 1-1, so I guess we get a third one down the road. I'm assuming that's going to be a Money in the Bank contendership match, which Cesaro will win. Because Cesaro, I'm still betting on this. I think Cesaro is going to cash in on Roman at SummerSlam. I'm calling that right now. I'm calling it right now. You kind of have to do that. Because if you're going to do Cena versus Roman, I'm not too sure that's going to be well received by the crowd. I understand why you do that match, because star power. However, you need someone in there to kind of bring it back to the current generation and add value to the current generation, which Cesaro can do. So there you go. Cesaro takes the pinfall here. We do Rollins versus Cesaro to determine who gets the Money in the Bank match, and Cesaro wins that. Sounds good? Sweet! The next match, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, was... How do I put this? When it compares to their previous matches, whether it was the one at WrestleMania, whether it was the one they had in 2016, whether it was their NXT matches, or whether it was their ROH matches when he was El Generico, I feel like this is the weakest one they've had. Not because of them, but because of the booking. I appreciate that it was different. Sammy basically took advantage of a weakened KO because Kevin Owens came in already hurt. Because on SmackDown, he was attacked by the bodyguard of Apollo Crews. He was coughing up. He couldn't breathe very much. His arm was broken. Yeah, he was basically selling a beatdown, and Sami Zayn beat him, which I believe is his first win all year. It's his first singles win all year. Felt like it. It had to have been. It had to have been his first singles win all year. So there you go. They're also 1-1. Like Cesaro and Rollins, these guys are 1-1. So I am assuming, I'm going to make a massive assumption that we're going to do one more match between these two at SummerSlam. Now, I do expect to see Kevin and Sami inside Money in the Bank. So I don't expect them to blow out their feud anytime soon. But I do not see Sami Zayn re-signing with WWE after his contract expires in September. It expires this year. So yeah, he's not going to resign. I think he's done. Definitely probably going to be picked up by AEW. They're going to fight to keep him. But Sammy's not going to stay. Why? Look at his record. He has been booked terribly. He has been booked like a joke. And I'm pretty sure he's at that point where he's like, yeah, I'm tired of being booked like a joke. I'm going to go look better elsewhere. So it's all about adding value. Again, that's the term of the day. Value. That's the term of the summer. Value. So, Sammy honestly would add a lot more value to AEW. All right, let me play some more super chats, and then we'll talk about the last two matches because they're gonna be quite interesting to discuss. Okay, do I have super chats or are they just subscriptions? Just new people coming in. Welcome. I'll take that. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you. Brian Murlock. What's up, Brian Murlock? Thank you to also Correct Felleris. Correct. Like correct. Politics. What's up, Politics? And then Herb Wilson. Mr. Herb Wilson just subscribed as well. I can see, okay, we're at 100 likes right now. That's pretty dope. So now that we're over 200, how about this? Get that up to 200 likes. Get that up to 200 likes. Like the video. I'm gonna keep pointing it out. There's over 200 people in this thing. Get that thing up. Word them up, boys. Word them up. Okay. Let's talk about these last two matches. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna hold back on these. I'm gonna go off because this is embarrassing. When it comes to Alexa Bliss and this gimmick, the presentation of Middleless Bliss, what the hell? Little Miss Bliss, the evil, dark, witch-like, demon-possessed version of Alexa Bliss. You want to like her. I really, really want to like this gimmick. But then WWE just always has to put their foot in their mouth and take it too far. The overbooking of Alexa, it's ridiculous at this point. I am reminded why I was sick of her as women's champion. It's too much. It's just too much. You got this girl out there doing mind control tactics, telekinesis, hypnosis, putting people under her spell. During the match, she had Nia Jax raise her hand and smack Reginald. Basically, she hijacked her body in the middle of the match. And Shayna just looked like a bitch, like a punk. Made her look like a nobody. Alexa no-sold literally everything. Shayna couldn't She hit her with all her moves, but then it didn't matter. It really didn't matter. Jesus. Another NXT talent buried. Another one. Shayna should be leading this division. Seriously, Shayna should be the top honcho. The head honcho. She should have beat Becky. At WrestleMania. Should have held that championship for as long as she could have, and then fought Becky again at SummerSlam. That's the match we should be getting, but we're not getting that match. No, we're not getting that match. How could we? Little Miss Bliss over here has too much power, and I'm just waiting for her eventually to turn Super Saiyan and just burn everything down. Yeah, she just beat Shayna clean. Even with interference from Nia Jackson Reginald, Alexa beat her. This was bad. It's bad. I'm sorry. There are people that are going to enjoy this, that are going to like it, and I'm not going to tell them they cannot like it. If you enjoy this, good for you. I do not like it. I think it's shit. I think it takes away from wrestling, and it embarrasses people. It embarrasses us. If I was to show this to a casual viewer, they'd be like, you watch this shit? That's so fake. What do I say to that? Why would you put me in that position? This was awful. With all the good stuff that happened on this show, this was easily the worst thing that could happen. Easily the worst thing. And again, you have to think about this from a fan's perspective. This shit that they're doing with Alexa is not going to fly in front of the fans. It's not. The psychosis, telekinesis, hypnosis bullshit, it's dumb. And the people in the live chat, well, what about when Taker and Kane used magic powers back in the Attitude Era? They wasn't doing it during the match. Okay, all that shit during promos and leading up to it. Listen, you can argue that, but here's the thing too. They kept it to a minimum. They wasn't doing it all the goddamn time. Alright? When Kane set JR on fire, he legitimately set him on fire. It wasn't, I'm going to create a fireball. No, I'm going to knock you out, get gasoline poured on you, and set him on fire. Was that actually Jim Ross? No. No, it wasn't actually Jim Ross. I remember that, though. I remember that. Alexa, it's just too far. It's just not realistic. It has gotten to the point now where, yeah, wrestling is fake. Yes, wrestling is not real. I know. I don't want it to be put in my fucking face that this is fake. And that's what Alexa is. It's gone too far. I'm at that point now where I almost wanted to scrap the gimmick, and I don't even want to see The Fiend when he comes back because it's that bad. At least Bray Wyatt made it feel somewhat realistic. You bought it. You were able to at least go along with it because, yeah, they kept it to a minimum, first off. And it's a guy in the mask. It's still Bray Wyatt. He's just wearing a mask. And he loses his mind. You can contribute that to some kind of a mental disorder. It's whatever. Maybe it's a multiple personality disorder, which is realistic. What they're doing with Alexa, it's just terrible TV. Period. End of story. So, Shayna continues to be buried. Moving on. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship. Guys, I really wanted to like this match. I really wanted to like this. I did. I swear to God. I did everything I could. I done everything I could to get invested. And for the most part, the match itself, outside of the ending, really good match. If they was to have had a clean finish and had Charlotte just beat Rhea Ripley clean and win the championship, it's like, I feel like this would have easily been one of the best matches of the entire show, if not the best match. It was that good. It was a really good match. I feel like Rhea works better with Charlotte. She doesn't seem to work better with anybody else but Charlotte. They just have that chemistry. They just work so well. And they play off their styles. I don't know what they were thinking with that finish, though. So, essentially, Charlotte Flair won by disqualification because Rhea Ripley hit her with the cover of the announcer table. How many times do we see wrestlers go through the announcer table during a match? How often does that happen and the match doesn't get stopped? Ever. Ever, ever, ever. It doesn't happen. So if they can go through the table and the match continues, hitting her with the cover of the table gets them disqualified. What the fuck? Like, I get it. You don't want to get the championship off of Rhea because you don't want fans to complain and moan, oh my god, they're giving it to Charlotte. Just give it to Charlotte. Just give it to Charlotte. Let fans be angry because it's going to go to Becky Lynch anyways. Give it to Charlotte. Because what you did was worse. You made Rhea look extremely bad. First off, by having to disqualify herself deliberately to keep her championship. What kind of weak ass baby face is that? Is she even a baby face? She's a heel, right? I don't even know anymore. They don't even know. The way she kept her belt was horrible. This is the woman who beat Shayna Baszler's team. I gotta bring this up. 2-on-4 during War Games. Rhea Ripley beat the entire team of Shayna Baszler. 2-on-4. They booked her like a monster in NXT. And then she gets to the roster and looks completely inferior. They completely messed her up when she lost to Charlotte at WrestleMania 36. They did. She went an entire year meaning nothing, losing value on NXT, brought her back. Maybe they were going to fix her up. They had her into the Royal Rumble, and then she was the last two. Bianca won that. And then she went to WrestleMania, beat Asuka. Wasn't a great match, but she beat Asuka. And then, since then, she's been losing here and there to Nikki Cross. Really cutting some horribly written promos. She does not do well with scripted promos. She just doesn't. And here we are, one-on-one again with Charlotte, where she could have redeemed herself. Seriously, could have redeemed herself and beat Charlotte clean, one-on-one, no bullshit. And what happens? She disqualifies herself. Like, my goodness, get her, either shit or get off the pot with Rhea. Like, it's like they are scared to go there with her. Go there. And if you don't want to go there, give it to Charlotte. We know you want to have Charlotte fight Becky Lynch. We know you do. Just do it. What you're doing here devalued both women. You did nothing. If anything else, it devalued Rhea Ripley. Protect the shit out of Charlotte. Because I felt like Charlotte won that match. And should have won that match. She got robbed. Charlotte wasn't the one cheating. Charlotte wasn't the one that lost her temper and screwed herself over. Rhea was. Rhea came off like a cowardly chicken shit eel. That's not cool. That is not a cool look for her. And what they don't seem to realize is, and you'll realize it when you get in front of fans, a lot of people like Rhea Ripley. She is a massive fan. She was a massive fan favorite before the pandemic. And if we had fans during that entire year, they would have realized how over she was. I don't know if she'll be over when the fans... I would hope she is. I would hope that despite all the horrible booking they've given her, they treat her right when the fans get back. Because the fans are going to let them know that we love Rhea Ripley. I just wish they would be more decisive and not do cowardly booking decisions like this. Oh, we don't want to put the belt on Charlotte, but we don't want Rhea to win, so we're just gonna do a bullshit finish and have Rhea Ripley hit Charlotte with the... At least, this is another thing too. If you wanted to do a DQ or like a double count out, that would have been dumb, but what makes it even worse is the fact that you had a DQ with her using the cover of the announcer table, which people have gone through for decades, and it was never a disqualification. How many times has Randy Orton RKO'd someone on the cover of a table that didn't break? That's okay. That's absolutely fine. But hitting them with the cover of the table, get the fuck out of here. That was just a terrible fucking finish to what was obviously, in my opinion, a really good match between two women who usually have good matches. You fucked them over. The booking decisions from WWE need to get better if you're gonna get in front of crowds. Because this is the kind of booking decision that makes people go, see, that's why I don't buy any tickets to this show. Let's play some super chats, and then we'll get to the main event. Thank you for subscribing, by the way. I appreciate all the people for continuing to support me, for continuing to watch me. We're still hanging in strong, over 200 people for this live event, for this live show. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for choosing me. Thank you for making me your choice to review this review. There are other people out there who are clearly better than me. Clearly. With that said, I'm always going to give you an honest, 100% transparent review of how I feel. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to be scared to say what I think. I'm just going to say it like it is.
Both SmackDown matches were great, meanwhile all of the Raw matches were terrible. And I had friends wondering why I was saying to watch SmackDown over Raw.
Let's see if he's right. Bianca Belair, Bayley, great. Cesaro Rollins, great. Kevin Owens, Sammy, good. Everything else sucked. He's right. That is a great observation, my friend. That is a great observation. Yeah, like, Raw's not gonna get any people to buy tickets. So, oh, I love this. I got people in the live chat defending WWE. It's still a weapon. How? It's a cover. It's the cover of a tape. If she had used the monitor, the TV monitor, fine, disqualification. If she had used the pin, fine, disqualification. If she had used the chair, candlestick, like it's the cover of a table. Guys, why would you defend this? Of all things to defend, of all things, why? Stop. I know this is a safe space, but motherfuckers, really, you're gonna die on that heel. You want to die on this heel. The cover of a table. I can't help you. No. That's stupid. That is stupid. It's stupid. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and be all like, it's your opinion, you feel like, no. That is dumb. If you are a booker and you book that finish in a match, you are stupid and you should lose your job. Unsubscribe. I don't care. Get the fuck out of here. That's some bullshit. It's still the cover. The cover is still a weapon. Your feelings are valid. Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. Ooh, well, this did something I didn't think it would do. This actually fell below my expectations. I thought this was going to be a good match. I said, out of all the Raw matches, this should be good. Because Drew and Bobby have always had good to great matches. Because it's always a hoss fight. It's always this idea that it's two titans fighting each other. One just so happens to get the better of the other. And it's always a clean finish with no interference. That's what I liked about their matches. It was no bullshit. This guy is better. No interference. Lashley was better at WrestleMania. Drew was better last year. So why did we regress? Bobby Lashley looked like a bitch in this match. That is the one thing I asked WWE not to do. When it comes to Bobby Lashley, it is the easiest thing you could do. I'm not saying Drew could not have gotten offense. I'm glad Drew got offense. You want to know why? Because Drew is a main event player, and he beat Brock Lesnar in minutes. He eliminated Brock Lesnar in seconds. Okay? If he did that to Lesnar, he can do that to Bobby. I have no issues with Bobby selling for Drew. That makes sense. That's fine. Now, if Bobby was to sell for anybody else, I'd be pissed off. Like, Miz, get the fuck out of here. But Drew, yes, absolutely. Drew's a big guy. Them having a back and forth, that should be happening. Why would you make Bobby Lashley look like a bitch, though? You had MVP interfere. And then even when MVP was interfering, there was still this idea that Lashley could have lost, and he had to cheat to beat Drew McIntyre. He had to pull on his tights. I'm just like, dude, all you had to do was have him win clean. That's it. The back and forth, him pushing Lashley to his limits, I had no issue with that. That's fine. But the interference of MVP, the wackiness of referees getting taking bumps, this whole ordeal that I understand that you had to somehow keep Drew strong. So then, why not have Kofi Kingston interfere? Costing the match. MVP got his words in to Kofi. It reached him. It made him think about what he was saying, and then he turned heel. Maybe you could turn both of Kofi and Xavier heel. That would have been nice. Heel New Day come in, attack Drew. You protect Drew, and Lashley retains. He didn't have to pull on the tights. It just so happens that he got lucky. You know, that's different. That's different than him cheating, pulling a cowardly chicken shit heel move. It makes sense for Seth Rollins to do it, because that's what he is. But Lashley? See, this is my issue with this match. The match itself was whatever. I didn't really think it was all that great anyways. I just didn't think it was all that great. I just thought, in comparison to their previous matches, this was one of their weakest. It is their weakest. But then you have that finish on top of it, and you're just like, oh my god. I know, at least Drew McIntyre, at the very least, if Drew McIntyre loses, he doesn't have to compete for the championship anymore. So we're basically guaranteed to get Lashley in the main event at SummerSlam. Whether it's against Lesnar or Cena, it better be Lesnar. But how does this help? How does this build anything for him? This is what I talk about, that there is no value in this show. If anything, you might have devalued Bobby Lashley by having him pull on the tights of Drew. I didn't get that whatsoever. There's so many ways you could have gone about things in that match. I don't understand whatsoever what the whole point of it was to have him beat him the way he did. It just made him look like a cowardly chicken shit heel, which is not what Bobby Lashley should look like. Not all heels have to cheat. Not all heels have to be cowards. Some heels can just be dominant. That's what Bobby Lashley needs to look like if he's gonna beat Lesnar at SummerSlam. But I guess their logic is no one cares, nothing matters, because it's the pandemic era, it's the ThunderDome era. All people care about is when fans return. Okay? Y'all keep acting like that. Y'all keep acting like none of this matters, no one's watching, because you're gonna have a rough ass time selling tickets like you are right now. You're gonna do a very good job getting those tickets out before SummerSlam, up to SummerSlam, but past that, you are fucked. You are fucked. Because you have devalued this roster so much, and you continue to devalue it, that, I'm sorry, like, if you was to go away, let's just say WWE said, no more shows until we go back live. Go away for a month, I wouldn't miss you. I would not miss you. I can stop watching Raw and SmackDown tomorrow. Literally tomorrow. All the way to the time we get fans live again. And I don't think anybody would miss a beat. We wouldn't miss anything. The show wouldn't feel must see anyway. So you might as well just stop doing shows until we go back live. Because your roster is garbage. It's no wonder that you have to bring in Lesnar and Cena and all these legends all the goddamn time. With booking like that, it's just bad. Yeah, it was a very skippable show. Was it like the worst pay-per-view of all time? No, but it was flat. Nothing of value came from this show. I did not like it. I didn't like it whatsoever. Can we be done with these gimmick pay-per-views? Can we be done with Hell in a Cell as a pay-per-view? At least, can we be done with that? super chats. Then we're gonna go to the live chat, let you guys have fun. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for constantly supporting the channel. And despite, you know, my outbursts earlier about hitting someone with the cover of a table.
They need to bring back branded PPV STBH.
They need to bring back legit gimmick pay-per-views like King of the Ring or Taboo Tuesday. Those were interesting. Cyber Sunday. Those were interesting. This, not so much.
Wrestlers bang their heads onto the cover by other wrestlers, so I agree with you, Alyx.
Man. Thank you for seeing where I'm coming from. It's just crazy that people actually thought that made sense. I'm just like, y'all, we gotta stop just accepting bullshit from WWE. We got to stop that. We have got to do better. That just really, really sent me over the edge. Like, it's still a weapon.
SHTU not there giving the title to Brock.
They're not giving the title to Brock. They're not going to give the title to Brock. They're probably going to have Lashley beat Lesnar, as they should. They need to. After how they made him look, yeah. They need to go ahead and do that.
They couldn't have Bobby beat Drew clean once? Lol.
He did. He beat him clean at WrestleMania, remember? Made him tap out even. Pass out. Wherever the case. But yeah, he beat him by submission at WrestleMania, which, again, it's a regression when you can make this guy pass out at WrestleMania, but here in Hell in the Cell, you have to cheat to beat him. It makes no sense whatsoever. None. I don't understand that whatsoever. Alright, so let's go to the live chat. This is the post-show hangout now. I'm just here to hang out with you guys, read some of your comments, chat with you, let the super chats run. Not gonna stop it. We're just gonna have a good old time. Y'all was actually debating about that finish. Y'all was actually debating about that. Like, oh, it's not that bad. It was covered. No, it was dumb. If you can RKO someone onto a table with a cover, then hitting someone with a cover should not be a disqualification. It just should not. It just should not. You know what I mean? So, they're showing... Oh my god, that looks horrible. They're showing pictures of McIntyre's back on Twitter. We're going to pull that up really quickly because it looks gruesome. I just kind of wish the booking was a lot more conducive to his performance, because when you see stuff like this, look at this. Oh, that's gruesome. That looks terrible. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness, dude. When you see stuff like that, you know, you want to respect him. That, gnarly. You know? What? Battle scars by him. You could not pay me enough to do this. Call me a punk all you want. But that's just crazy. So, yeah, Jesus. That was hard to watch. Let's get back to the live chat here. Yeah, that was gnarly. Let's see here. Respect some of these wrestlers who put their bodies on the line, because that stuff like that is where you go. Jesus Christ. And Marola says, give him more than 100 likes. How many likes do I have? I have 142. 150 is close. Let's see how far we can go. Can we get to 200 before I leave? Hit that like button. Get me to it close to 200. I don't expect to hit 200 here, but get me close to it. Be nice if I did. But I don't think I'm going to hit it live. I'll probably hit it afterwards. But yeah, like that video. Slasher Khan. Rollins and Cesaro have excellent chemistry. Absolutely. Oh, I completely agree. They can't have bad matches. That's why, because they have great chemistry. Diego Rivera. Why this match in the pay-per-view? It was unnecessary. It really was. I don't know why they did Alexa Bliss and Shayna Baszler. It was just a mess. Yeah, a lot more new subscribers are coming in. I like to see it. I hope they stay. Good to have you.
The value is now gone with Hell in a Cell.
Thank you, sir. You're paying attention in class. Thank you. The word of the summer is value. Right now, there is no value in anything with WWE except Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley. Outside of them, everything else is just bleh, honestly.
I forgot HIAC was today TBH upside down face.
I keep saying HIAC. HIAC! Forgot HIAC. HIAC. Hilarious. Hilarious. So funny. Would have much rather had Charlotte win clean than that ending. Yeah, just have Charlotte win. Like what you do with endings like that, it's just terrible.
I agree with you that Raw Women's Championship finish was the lowest point of the show and was kind of what took me out of the main event.
That's ridiculous, dude. It really is ridiculous. Redunculous, if you know what I mean. Joseph Winter's like, just give me SummerSlam. That's where I am, bruh. Right there, Joseph. I almost just want them to just... Here's what I want them to do. I want them to take a break from now until the night we go live with SmackDown. We do that Money in the Bank. And then we just skip right to SummerSlam. That's what I want. I don't want to deal with the weekly bullshit no more. Because it's hard. It's hard on me. It's hard on the wrestlers. And these shows are terrible. Because they're doing this whole lot. They're acting like no one is watching. When we are. And we're all going to forget all about this when we get to SummerSlam. Okay. Let's see how that works out for you, WWE. I like this comment. The Hell in a Cell match should not have its own pay-per-view. Well, in a sense, I'm cool with it having, like, it being a feature of a pay-per-view, like Bad Blood. That's fine. But it should feel natural. It shouldn't just be done for the hell of being done. For the sake of it being done. We might have to just... You know what? I'm almost to the point where we can just drop Hell in a Cell matches. Thank you, Mr. Gen X 6887, for your $5 donation. Thank you so much, sir. You are amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Hey. It's amazing. Ooh. Ultra Shot 97. Bring back Blad. Bring back Bad Blood. Yeah. Bad Blood was a great show. Great pay-per-view. They made Bobby look weak tonight. Who you talking? Who you talking to, buddy? They made everybody look weak on this show, honestly. This entire show just lost everyone all kinds of value. And I don't understand once again, I have to question what these wrestlers are coming here for. Like, is the money really is the money really that worth it? That's the question I have to ask. Like, how much are you getting from WWE? Because it's some bullshit, man. It really is. It's a lot of bullshit that they have to deal with, and I don't think they deserve to deal with that. They deserve more. They deserve better. You hear me? They deserve better than what they're getting right now. I don't know what else I can say about that. You know what I mean? Oh, back up and take you on, headstrong to take on anyone. I know that you. What song was which one was that? Which pay-per-view was that when it was the theme? Was it 2003? Was that Triple H and Kevin Nash, or was that Batista and Triple H? Now I gotta look it up. I love that song. They don't have any more good They don't have any more good songs for these pay-per-views anymore. You know what I mean? Was it Bad Blood 2003? It was 2003. That was when they had yeah, that was definitely Kevin Nash and Triple H. Oh, I gotta go back and watch that show. I might actually go back and watch it. Cause that was legitimately a good show. Like, legit a good show. Y'all can just ask me questions. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So tell you what, let's do a mini Q&A. Ask me questions. Ask me something. I see that super chat, so that's a question. I'll answer that when it plays. But yeah, ask me questions.
Will Sami Zayn be El Generico in AEW? Also, does Impact Wrestling still do Lockdown? Didn't mean to cancel my message earlier.
No, you're good. You didn't have to donate again. You could have just posted it, but thank you. I appreciate the donation. Yeah, if he leaves, he has to be El Generico because Sami Zayn is a WWE owned name. Also, does Impact Wrestling still do Lockdown? Yes. Yes. Maybe. That's the question for the Impact Wrestling followers there. Bring back No Mercy, Unforgiving, No Way Out, Armageddon. Those are all great pay-per-views. Why would they get rid of them? Should they bring back Vengeance? Yes. Unforgiven, Armageddon, all of them. Casey Morgan. What is your ranking of all 4 women's Hell in a Cell matches? I think, for me, Becky and Sasha from 2019, number 1. Charlotte, Sasha, number 2. No, I'm sorry. Let's try that again. Becky and Sasha is number 1. And then Bayley and Sasha is number 2. Then Charlotte and Sasha, and then this one, Bianca and Bayley. It was a great match. It just wasn't, you have to really question why that was the sale match. Joseph Winters, how would you book Jeff Hardy in AEW? Hardy Boys, and you make them the team of deletion. That just feels right. You bring in Rebel Sky and just do crazy stuff with them. I think the reason why Matt isn't doing the broken gimmick is because the crowd isn't there. But when you get the crowd back, it should work. Am I excited about anything else on the SummerSlam card? Yes. Look, I think the main event should be Brock and Bobby, but you can do Cena and Roman. If you have Cesaro cash in, that would be great. You can do Edge and Rollins. You can do Sasha and Bianca too. You can do AJ and Omos versus Team RK Bro. That would be great. There's so many things you could do. That's just scraping the table. I didn't talk about Becky Lynch coming back yet. You can do Becky Lynch versus probably going to be Rhea Ripley and Charlotte. A triple threat. Jesus Christ almighty. Can't keep it simple. Gotta complicate things. But yeah, like there's many match. There's plenty of matches. I guess you can do Drew versus The Fiend if you want to.
Dunno if you rather make this a video since it's coming up, but how would you rank all the MITB winners?
It's actually a good topic. Edge is number one. I know that for sure. It would be better off if it's probably better if I was to do like top cash-ins instead of briefcase holders. You know what I mean? If I was to gauge it off of cash-ins, Edge is number one. He always will be number one. Number two would be CM Punk. I thought his 2 runs with the title of the briefcase was great. Rollins, number three, easy number three. His cash-in at WrestleMania 31 is one of the best cash-ins of all time. Probably the most successful cash-in ever, if you want to go that route. Shoot. Because then you have to worry about the women too, because Jesus. It's a lot. It's a lot of people who won that briefcase.
Love the matches you said, just don't trust booking.
Tell you what, I might actually just do a ranking video. I just, you know, pull up all the Money in the Bank winners and just rank them. I might do that. Thank you for that idea. I also hear that someone released a video saying that AEW sucks. Why AEW sucks? I think this week in particular, yeah, I'm gonna take a break from reviewing the weekly crap. Yeah, I don't feel the need to talk about NXT or Raw or SmackDown. I think this week we should have a little fun. So what I'm gonna do a reaction to a video tomorrow. I don't know what time, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna watch it and give you my thoughts. And then I'm going to do a ranking of all the top Money in the Bank cash-ins or briefcase holders. And we'll see how that works out. Sounds good? Alright, guys, I love you. Thank you for making me a part of your day, but I'm gonna have to cut it off here. I'm tired, you tired, we all tired. Y'all get you some rest. Thank you for being here, making me a part of your day. Again, like the video, subscribe, and give me your thoughts on Hell in a Cell down below in the comments. Until then, this is Alyx, just Alyx signing out right here in Alyx's world. See you guys next time.